What if I told you there's a company trying to build a machine that literally eats garbage and powers an entire city completely off-grid? We're diving into Agra Dot Energy today. They've got this radical vision, a technology they call Alchemy, and, oh yeah, a machine with a price tag that can hit $48 million. So is this the actual future of energy, or is it just a beautiful, crazy expensive dream? Let's dig in. This right here, this quote, says it all. You've got to understand, their mission isn't about patching up our current system. No, it's about tearing it down and replacing it entirely. We're talking total energy sovereignty, where entire communities, farms, even massive data centers can just cut the cord for good. So to really get what they're trying to do, you first have to see the world through their eyes. And when they look at our current energy infrastructure, they don't just see power lines. They see a single, fragile, centralized network. They call it the line, and they are convinced it's on the verge of breaking. And this slide just lays it all out, doesn't it? Over on the left, you've got the line, the old way, brittle, inefficient, just waiting to fail. And on the right, that's their solution, the octagon, a totally distributed mesh of power nodes, each one self-reliant, resilient, and sovereign. The goal isn't to fix the line, it's to replace it, one piece at a time. Okay, so you've got this grand vision of a new grid, but how in the world do you power it? Well, Agra's answer isn't just a piece of engineering. They literally call it molecular alchemy. Get ready for this. The core tech is something called plasma gasification. Think plasma torches hotter than the surface of the sun that just vaporize waste. They tear it apart at the molecular level. And here's the absolutely crucial part. This is not burning. It's not incineration. It can take almost anything you can think of, tires, medical waste, farm scraps, and just deconstruct it back to its basic elements. So how does it actually work? Well, it's surprisingly straightforward when you break it down. Step 1, you feed it waste. Any waste. Step 2, that plasma core works its magic, dissociating everything. Step 3, that process creates this hydrogen-rich gas called syngas. And step 4, you use that gas to spin turbines and make clean electricity. It's basically the most high-tech way imaginable to turn trash into treasure. And this is where it gets really compelling, what comes out the other end. First, you get constant 24/7 power. They call it green baseload, and it's a huge deal because it solves that problem solar and wind have, where they only work when the sun is shining or the wind is blowing. Any extra syngas can even be turned into liquid fuels, and the only solid thing left over, it's this inert, totally safe glass that you can use to build roads. It is a true zero-waste system. All right, so the tech sounds like it's from the future. But how does it become a business? Let's look at the actual products, because this is where that incredible vision of a decentralized world smacks right into the reality of a very, very high price tag. So their main product line is called Sovereign Power Systems, or SPS. Now, their entry-level model, and I'm using air quotes here, starts at $3.5 million. That's for a small farm. Their flagship unit, the 1 megawatt system that could power a small town, is almost $6 million. And believe me, it only goes up from there. And here it is, the big one, $48 million. That's for their top-of-the-line SPS-10MW unit. We're talking about a machine that could power a small city or a massive AI data center. Just let that number sink in for a second. It's an absolutely staggering amount of money. And it immediately brings up the question of, well, the hurdles. Which, of course, leads us right here. You hear that price, you see the incredible tech, but now it's time for a reality check. Because even the company's own internal documents lay out some pretty harsh challenges that they've got to overcome. Exactly. You knew it was coming, right? For a technology this revolutionary, there has to be a catch. And according to their own internal analysis, you better believe there is. In fact, there are a few pretty big ones. Okay, the massive cost is obvious, but this next one is really fascinating. It's the complexity. See, you can't just have a regular mechanic run these things. They require a highly trained, certified operator who they actually call an alchemist. This has created a huge problem for them that they call the alchemist bottleneck. They literally cannot train skilled people fast enough to keep up with demand. And it's not just their own internal problems they have to worry about. They're facing some major threats from the outside world too. Their number one competition? Small modular nuclear reactors, which are going after the exact same off-grid customers. Then there's the nightmare of regulatory red tape, or green tape as they call it. If they get misclassified as a dirty old incinerator, it could bury their projects and permits for years. So, you've got sky-high prices, a shortage of trained alchemists, and powerful competition. You have to be asking yourself, why even bother? What is the massive prize at the end of all this that makes this incredibly high-risk venture worth it? The answer is something called Project Octagon. And this is where it all clicks into place. It's this grand plan to build a global network of 8 completely self-sufficient industrial hubs. Agra's generators, they're not just standalone products. They are designed to be the literal beating heart of this entirely new decentralized civilization. So, we're back to that $48 million question. How do you actually pay for this thing? Well, here's their secret weapon. Every single machine has a built-in carbon oracle. Think of it like a digital notary. It uses advanced cryptography to create an unbreakable certificate, proving that the energy you're making is actually carbon negative. That certificate then becomes a tradable digital asset that customers can sell to help pay off that massive upfront cost. All right, let's bring this all home. We've seen the epic vision, we've seen the mind-bending tech, and we've seen the pretty stark realities. So what's the big takeaway here? What are we supposed to make of all this? For me, it all comes down to this one idea they have. This quote really nails the potential shift in thinking. The whole idea is to take agricultural waste, something that's usually a cost for a farmer, and turn it into a source of revenue. Your farm isn't just growing food anymore. It's becoming an energy and data utility, spitting out cash from power, fuel, and those valuable carbon credits. And that leaves us with the ultimate question, doesn't it? Agra Dot Energy is offering this beautiful, elegant, self-contained solution to our biggest energy and waste problems. But with that price tag, a shortage of operators, and new nuclear tech breathing down its neck, can this thing ever really scale? Is this truly the blueprint for our future? Or is it a vision that's just a little too brilliant, a little too complex to ever work in the real world?